Was my people, Kenya African once again. We're still continuing with our tour. We are trying to cover the Croton Megalocarpus tree. Okay, we are here in the Nairobi Arboretum offices. Yep. And today guys, I do have a story for you about this tree. You know, long time ago, before technology, even before this phone, long time ago, this tree you see called the Mokidori. Yes, this one's here. Let me try, yeah, that tree. Let me try and zoom in. That tree, good. We have a lot of Mokidori trees here. And I believe you can see the canopy. These are medium-aged trees, strong, pretty tall. Okay, you can see where they have been planted. It's pretty risky where they are, but you can imagine that so far no branches have been able to fall on the man-made house you see in front. So before the 21st century, people used to cultivate trees for fuel, and amongst the trees was the Mokidori tree, also known as the Croton Megalocarpus. Now, this Croton, today, when technology is so advanced, when climate change has forced people to become aware of their surroundings. And what do I mean by that? Exactly that word and that point. Climate change. Climate change is something that everyone has experienced. Okay? Sometimes, you know, long time ago we used to have the rains on October. So last year, the whole of October, we didn't have short rains. Let's see about this year, but that's an effect of climate change. Okay, our seasons get affected, they get pushed forward. Okay, and it affects how farmers plant, you know, because farmers have to follow seasonal changes so as to maintain their harvests. You know, it's also good for economic production. Everything that you see around you has an impact on you being a living organism, and that is the same word I want us to carry this tree with. This tree we call the Mokidori tree is a living organism. Okay, and it's a living organism just like you and me. Long time ago, people used to see these trees as fuel, but today we don't measure the value of these trees. How can I say this? We don't measure this value of these trees by what we can hold in our hands. Okay, and by that I mean we can't measure its value by actually having fuel or cutting it down. Okay, today we are so much learned. We understand that in order for us to have a thriving environment, we need to have a proper biodiversity, we need to have clean air. Okay, we need to have proper environments for us to survive the right way. What do I mean? In order for a human being to survive to this point that I've become right now, I needed to have been in a right environment. And some of us are lucky because being in such an environment is voila, is good, and that's why I'm here documenting this for you. Even though you're going to be watching this 50 years in the future, or maybe 100 years in the future, then this is a big huge step we're taking, because this tree you're seeing me pointing to you right now, I am sure such trees were not planted 10 or 20 years ago. Such a tree has about 40-50 years, and that's long. Okay, that's long. Imagine such a tree has been there even before I was born. It has been there taking care of the nature around it. You know, what do I mean by nature? You know, what do I mean by biodiversity? It takes care of bees, you know, rodents, squirrels, you know, what else? Such trees also act as pollinators, you know. Wherever there are bees, when you think of bees, bees are usually pollinators, so they move here and about looking for nectar. And sometimes you are going to find a beehive. Yeah, and I'm serious about this. You're going to find a beehive in one of these trees. So yeah, it really helps a lot. And once again, I need to remind you that the Nairobi Arboretum is an urban forest situated here in the city, amongst many others. Why am I telling you this? Because it helps to clean the air. Sorry about that. It helps clean the air and the environment that we get to have around here in Nairobi. It also helps to purify that air. Okay, it also helps to protect water catchment areas. Okay, you need to understand that in order to have a proper landscape that allows for water catchment, trees need to be there. Yes. Okay, you also get to understand that students come to look for opportunities to get to understand and to learn about their environment. And hey, this is one, the Croton megalocarpus. You come and learn about it. You come and learn about how many years it has taken for such a tree to grow. What were the uses that such a tree could have been sourced for long time ago by our ancestors long time ago, you know. Some could say they used it to make poles, you know, in construction materials, you know. Some could say it was used to make the nestle, you know, the nestle one, the nestle and mortar thing. Yeah, I mean, so many, so so many uses. You can mention it. Let's go, guys. Give me some uses in the comments below. Let me get to understand what you think about the Croton megalocarpus. We are here in the Nairobi Arboretum. Oh yeah, we do have some more over there. Yeah, I believe that one there is a Croton too. Yeah, and it is a Croton. Even by the canopy itself, we don't even need to go to the branches, okay? Because I believe you can see the branches. The branches look Croton already. They look like a Mokindori. And it's pretty tall. So, fortunately, this is the private grounds of the Nairobi Arboretum, and it is at this point that we have been able to spot a lot of Mokindori, a lot of the Msenefu tree, a lot of the Croton megalocarpus tree. I hope you're having a good time, as I'm also having a good time. We're just by taking a walk around here, you know, feeling the cool breeze, you know, taking in the environment. This is what it means to work here. Okay, to work in an urban space, an urban forest space. Okay, I haven't worked in many places, but hey, my work, I really love my job. Okay, if I can find time to talk to you guys like this, then hey, why not love my job? Okay, I'm trying to look for more. There are many trees, but we will have each day to cover each tree. For today, we are covering the Croton megalocarpus tree. Guys, what tree is that? I know you can't identify it from the back because of the creepers, but this is a Croton too. Look at the branches and then look at the canopy. Do you see the leaves? Do you see the leaves, or do you need me to zoom in a little bit? Yep, that's a Croton too. A good thing, the Nairobi Arboretum is a home of a lot of Croton trees. I believe 30.4 hectares is a really good sample space size for for someone who is doing researching about environment works, okay, I believe this is the right space where you can come and get informed, and not only informed, you get informed by the right people, okay. If I'm about 1.5 years old here, then hey, I've got about 1 year full of experience and knowledge, okay. And believe you me, as we walk along this path, me and you, we will get to understand more about the legacy that you can see all around me. Do you see all this legacy? All this legacy is what I call my home. This is Kenya African once again. Let's continue. What else do you know about the Croton that you can tell me? I'd love to know. Please also let me know where you're from. Do you have a Croton tree back at your home? You know, we used to have one at our home, but my sister, yeah, I do have a younger sister, and she used to love swinging a lot. So we did manage to get one branch a bit slanted, and we tied a rope there, and we managed to get a really good swing. So our childhood was in the ghettos back there, in the up country. I believe that's the right word. Let me not say the ghetto. But yeah, it was a pretty good childhood and I loved it. This is where I was working yesterday, guys. So you get to see our compound too. It's a pretty lovely compound. You understand, we are going to cover everything. Everything is here, we are going to cover. Okay? This is just a continuation of the Croton megalocarpus tree. Oh, we do have one more up there. That tree, good. Yes, you can see it clearly. That's a Croton megalocarpus. Very good, very good, very good. If I can spot it from this far, guys, okay, if I can spot it from this far, and I believe, because we've had some students coming in too. Oh, we also do have another one here. I was saying we do have students, and they gave me this idea to start this channel and to have a Nairobi Arboretum database, okay, for everything that we do have here, because I do know in the future something of this size of 30.4 hectares is something of importance even in the academic sector, because this is the right environment to have a sample space, you know, to have researchers come and do research about the kind of trees that we have in Kenya, both exotic and indigenous. And I told you guys we are going to learn about 130 trees, both exotic and indigenous, right here with me, okay. So I believe I'm not supposed to film beyond this point, because up ahead you guys are going to spot a white fence. So beyond that point is the State House grounds, okay. But we do have one Mukindori here. I am beneath it. It's pretty huge. Let me zoom out. You can see it in its expanse. It does has a lot of creepers. This is the Mukindori tree. It's expansive, as you can see. Pretty big. I am beneath it. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Yeah, I want to say I am satisfied by the sample size that we guys have seen, you know. We have a lot of Croton megalocarpus here in the Nairobi Arboretum. If you guys also want seedlings, and if you guys also want to have a look at the seedlings, we can also plan for that, okay. You do not need to worry. This is the right space to have your environment needs catered for. If you need to get a walk, we have the right trees to ensure you get a nice breeze. okay? You just come check it out. This is the Nairobi Arboretum. You can always feel free to request me as your guide. You know, we can always walk, we can always have chats here and there, you know. Eventually you'll get to know me, and if you get to know me, then you eventually have a right course and a right path to getting to understand your environment, because I always talk about my environment, because this is my work. Okay. I don't know what next. I wanna head back, but yeah, this is just a small portion of what is in here in the Nairobi Arboretum, and this is what I stand to offer you as your educator for now, because I believe making this series or making this documentary is essential for academic affairs and academic reports, even for researchers who get to understand the living organisms that we do have around us, because inside these trees you also do have organisms. You understand that when a leaf falls from its branch after it has dried off, it becomes humus, and as it is falling to the ground, it is adding value to that ground itself. It is adding value to that soil itself, because eventually it's going to dry out and become part of that soil. It's going to form humus or mulch if you want, and everyone knows that eventually that mulch provides an essential condition, okay, for another organism to sprout. Some organism like what? Another tree, maybe the same seedling from what? From a croton. You see, these are the importances of such trees. Oh, we do have smoke coming from here. Oh, it's not from around the Nairobi Arboretum, unfortunately, but do you get the reasoning behind my thinking? Okay, even that smoke is getting purified, it's getting cleaned even before it reaches far. By the time it reaches the lower gate, if you understand the schematics of the Nairobi Arboretum, then you do understand that, hey, trees are of great importance. And thank you guys for being here. I want to mention again that you have been following our number one tree, which is the Croton megalocarpus. This tree is what I'm talking about. I hope you've had a nice walk with me. I don't think we're going to have another video talking about the Croton megalocarpus. I think 3 days is good worth of videos and talking. I'm going to put more uses and expound more on what we stand to gain from such trees, because you know, in the 21st century we are advocating for people to plant more trees, and advocating for that means that the previous uses of such trees are not the same uses we perceive today. So today, such a croton tree, its value because of its carbon storage. That is something that you might also find useful. Okay, what is the carbon storage? I'm giving you that homework. Go and read ahead. Okay, tell me in the comment section what you've learned about, and tell me also how such a Croton megalocarpus tree helps in carbon storage. What is carbon storage, my guys? You know, yeah, tell me. I need to also be educated by you guys. I'm not gonna educate you like 100%. No, you also have to educate me. I'm here giving you the groundwork. Some of you don't have access to such trees, okay? But here, I'm telling you, I have over 133 species. Okay, so that does not mean it's only one tree, and And I actually mean not one tree. If you have spotted around 15 to 20 megalocarpus trees, now imagine the kind of vast knowledge you you're getting from watching this, from watching me show you this. Okay, yeah, I'm pretty happy with the way we've carried out ourselves today. Jep, 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 jep. Peace, peace. Kenya African to the world. See you as we talk about the next tree. Voila.